Hey, I know you know this one. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. For real. Today is a gift. Every day is a great way, or rather, a great day to find a way to do something that's going to help you improve your business. So, what I want to do actually is today talk to you about the power of documenting your process towards progress and why you need to do just that. But before we get there, let me start here by saying, hey, boss, hey, hello, and welcome today. It's your girl, LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense, always jumping on here to share some things that you guys can do to work on your money, your marketing, and your sales goals too, with strategy and intention. So I've been doing a lot of documentation. I feel like on some level, I'm always documenting something, right? Even when I look back on videos from past years, looking at the length of my hair from, when I started to what it is now, right? It's kind of like that personal tree of me and the growth. I think it's so important for you to document on so many levels. And I want to actually share what I've been doing the last few days to give you a few examples of why you should do it and how you should do it, okay? Now, for those of you who are looking to improve your business, first I want you to identify where exactly you want to improve your business, okay? What are at least 2 or 3 areas in your business right now that you want to improve, okay? So feel free to drop that into the comment box for me, number one. Number two, if you haven't already done so, please make sure that you go and grab whatever you need to grab so that you can share this out or tag somebody who you want to bring into the virtual building. So I'm going to give you a minute to bring them on in, right? Share this out, please. Thank you in advance. And make sure that you tap on alerts and notifications so that you can see when I'm live, so you can jump on here live with me, okay? But the first question that I wanted you to think about today when it comes to documenting your process towards progress is to identify a few specific areas in your business that you know you want to see change. You know you want to see growth. You know you want to do things differently. You know you want to elevate. Could be you want to work on your visibility. Could be you want to work on conversion. Could be you want to work on sales. Could be you want to work on transitioning from 9 to 5, be in a space where you're making enough in your part-time business to be able to transition from your 9 to 5 and make your business your full-time gig, right? I know what that's like. I had to do that myself many moons ago. Where do you want to grow? Get specific about that. That's the first thing that I want you to do, okay? So, here are a few things that I've done. Literally before I hit record on this live, I actually have a little activity that I do when I have my phone in front of me and I've got the ring light on and I just take a screenshot. Why? Because I am strategically and intentionally working on testing new thumbnail images for my video replays, right? And as I work on that process, before I do anything else, I document the process by using my little Bluetooth remote and taking a quick screenshot so I know I have a specific graphic created for my video sessions, right? That's me working on the progress of optimizing and improving the videos. Thumbnails are very important, and being able to do that consistently and strategically. It's a little thing, but it's something that I was not doing intentionally before. So when we talk about this conversation today, when it comes to documentation and the big word here being progress, really it's about being intentional, because there are some things that we need to do more, some things that we need to do less, and other things that we need to do differently. Does that make sense? When you get into the habit of doing things a certain way, and you want to be able to progress, but in order to see progress on a day-by-day basis, you've got to learn how to really take a good look at what you're doing, take a good look at your processes, and again, identify what you need to do more do less, and do differently. Okay, so feel free to write that down. Now, this conversation today is actually inspired by one of my latest programs, DDIP, Dominate Daily Implementation Program. I truly believe that in order for you to generate consistency, there needs to be daily domination through consistent implementation, right? Doing something, some way, finding a way to do a little bit inside of your business to make it better each day. That consistency needs to be integrated into your habits. I feel like when I think about all the women that I've worked with over the years, and even men too, one of the biggest struggles is not enough consistent implementation, right? So I wanted to talk to you specifically about integrating more documentation into your day-to-day efforts. So one of the things that I'm actually working on is a day in the life series. So I can actually, outside of me taking you it through, here's what I want you to do this week, kind of a reflection, sitting on my couch, doing these sessions with you guys. I want to be able to take you around town of me just living my life and doing the things that I do. So I literally was videoing many activities that I did this weekend, errands and strategically going to certain places. As my son, 13-year-old kids, they're just like teenagers, are like, mommy, you're weird. Literally, I have him on camera saying, you're weird. Stop, stop that. And I was like, you don't want to be in mama's videos. All right. So really, walking around, trying really hard not to bump into things, but I bumped into things and my kids several times, documenting the process because there are some new things that I want to do. And that's something that I have to do, right? Funny enough, it's not something that I do strategically all the time, but I'm definitely integrating that more into my business. I can think about videos of Christopher being like 4 and 5 and, going to events with him and having video of him saying, my mommy's a blogger. Right? And being able to share some of those moments is something that I want to do. So I encourage you to start to record your process. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's not simply to share with others, it's also to share with you, because there's some things in here that I want you to be able to identify. Okay. So let me go through some of those things with you. Okay. Hold on a second as I'm checking something real quick. Feel free to share this out or tap on them hearts. Not so much checking on something, but making note of something, because I've got old lady brain. And if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget. And I'm trying to write it down quickly, but at the same time, legibly. So you ever write things down and then you go back to it like, what the hell was that? So, I talked to you about the DDIP program. Not sure if you are familiar with it or you're in it. Let me know if you are a DDIP mentee, number one. Number two, if you're not, you can actually go over to sizzlesense.com/DDIP to learn more about the Daily Domination Implementation Program. Okay. This is so awesome. So, looking at documenting the process, literally, I just jumped on this phone right here, so that you're not going to be able to see what that is. It's like one of the Facebook memories. I jumped on the phone so I could jump on Facebook and see you guys. And in the process, let me screenshot this here. It says LaShonda Hoffman, another LaShonda, but this is, it looks like a testimonial. It says January 27, 2012. I also want to thank my online mentor, LaShonda Henry, for sharing her online business wisdom. I've learned so much from you from your sites and the different products I've purchased. I'm truly grateful for finding you online. It's hard being an entrepreneur, but it's nice to know that I'm not alone in the business and there are others who are willing to help me in this journey. Blessings to you. That's a shareable right there. Love this. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. And that's why we call it the present. That was this day 8 years ago. It's crazy. This day 8 years ago. Post so I can share that. It's always a beautiful, beautiful thing when I can, be able to say, this is my history, this is my life, this is what I've done, this is who I've worked with, these are the type of people who I'm connected to, and I want you to be able to have those moments too. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Michelle. Welcome, my dears. Welcome, welcome. So make sure that you start to document your process more. And even just using that feature on Facebook and consistently sharing things on your social media platforms, it's always amazing to be able to go back and see those memories and even integrate some of those past memories into the current conversation. So when I think about, I mentioned to you that, when I do these live streams, I'm screenshotting, right? I take a quick screenshot so I can work on my thumbnails, on my video platforms, number one. Number two, I'm also screen recording. I'm screen recording little things that I do on my phone. So me adding content, you probably saw a video. If you haven't seen it, you can watch it from last week. It was called Mobile Marketing. And I basically was doing, edit video on my phone. I was doing Canva on my phone. I was sharing different little things that I do on social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook via my phone, because I like to stop sometimes in the moment of marketing and content creation and just screen record. Literally, that feature is turned on in the settings of my iPhone. I remember back in the day when I wanted that feature on my iPhone, like iPhone 4 or something crazy like that, and they didn't even have that feature, but now it's super, super easy for the later models to turn it on and record and capture what you're doing on the phone. And I shared those little snippets with my mentees inside of the DDIP Daily Domination Program, because I want you to be able to see in the moment how you can quickly create content or strategically marketing using your mobile device. So I am not only capturing via, trying to, record as I do things offline, but when I'm doing things online in my business, especially because my business is also sharing with other people how they can do their business, documenting that process is important. And that's something for you to keep in mind if you are in that space as well. If you have people who BLY want to be like you, being in a space where you're documenting that process so you can share your activities. I always say that I'm a visual girl, and being a visual girl, I want to be able to show people exactly what I'm doing so they can mimic that or try to emulate that in their business. What aspects of your business do you need to document, right? Screen recording is definitely something that I love to do, and it's so easy, but sometimes it's easy to forget to do those things. So, I have to consciously say, oh, this is something interesting that I'm doing today, and I think that my mentees would like to be able to try to do something like this as well. Let me just kind of drop down, hit screen record, and take this opportunity to record something that I can share with my audience later, right? So I want you to think about that. Any activities that you guys do out of curiosity on your phone that it would be interesting for you to screen record that and share that piece of information with your clients and customers, whether it be a teaching moment or an inspirational moment. Just out of curiosity, I'd love to know if that's something that you could consider doing. Hey, YHD events. Welcome, welcome, my dear. So today we're talking about why and how I document the process towards progress. So that's something that you can consider doing too, okay? So I talked to you about this weekend doing vlogging, screen recording, even just using my little remote here to screenshot capture some of the things that I'm doing. So I have the opportunity to literally do more of that, right? And share more of these things strategically in my business. Oh, by the way, I have to say that one of the things I did this morning, I had to write it down so I wouldn't forget, is I selected two fabulous ladies. Congrats, Dr. E and I am Lavonda for winning the contest that I did last week. Yay! So look out for other contests for me because I definitely want to be in a space where I can share some good with you guys. So Dr. E and also I am Lavonda. Congrats. Make sure you message me and let me know whether you want to get that awesome $30 credit inside the Sister Said store, or I already emailed this, but if you see the video, make sure that you remember to email me and let me know whether you want a 30-day mastermind pass or awesome 30-day credit in the Sister Sense shop over at shop.sistersense.com. So that might be something that inspires you to say, I want to see if I can do some sort of contest this week and engage my audience in some way, right? So sharing creates a space where you motivate others to move and take action too, right? So that's definitely something that I wanted to share with you. Again, congrats to Dr. E and Miss Lavonda. Yay. Hello, my dears. Hey, Janae. Welcome. Hey, Lavon. Welcome, my dears. So, okay. One more thing that I wanted to share with you today, okay, that I wanted you to consider. So it actually goes back to the beginning of this conversation. And I said, I want you to identify at least 2 to 3 areas in your business where you want to make a change. Print them in. What's that? Hey. That's not for you. Man, I gotta watch you. Where did you get that? Thank God I got to it before you completely damaged it. Yeah, but you worked it over good. Doggone it. It's all right. Okay. Chewing on my stuff. I've got like the cutest little thing. She chewed it up. Fell on the floor and she chewed it up. It's all right. The cap is still secure. Okay. So I want you to think about some areas where you say, I want to improve ... right? So maybe it's, I want to, I've got the Launch with Leads challenge, right? So maybe you want to grow your list. Maybe you want to convert more people, generate more sales, become more visible. What exactly it is that you want to do more of, number one, okay? First, I want you to pick that thing, or maybe 2 to 3 of those things, okay? The next thing that I want you to do, this is a really simple activity. I want you to make a list. Let's say, for example, you say, okay, so my goal is that this week, I want to work on my visibility, right? I want you to make a list of everything that you know you could possibly do to work on your visibility, okay? And then when you look at that list, I want you to say, I'm doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm doing that. I'm not doing that. Identify what it is that you're doing and you're not doing. Now, if you are in the habit of documenting your process, here's what that list is going to do for you. It's going to help you take a really good look at the 3 things that I mentioned earlier in this conversation. What do you need to do more of? What do you need to double down on because it's actually working, right? I always tell you, WWW, work what works. So in order to get to where you want to be and to progress in that direction, the things that actually are working for you, are you intently doing more of those things? That's number one. Hey, print them in. What's up with you? And number 2, I want you to be able to think about what you need to do less of. Sometimes there are things that we just genuinely like to do or find that we are in the habit of doing on a regular basis. But honestly, those things don't necessarily help us the way we would like them to. It's just the thing that we do because that's what we do. So what do you need to do less of? You feel me? There are just certain things that you are in the habit of doing, but honestly, are they actually serving you and getting you to where you want to be as far as progress is concerned? What do you need to do more of? What do you need to do less of? And what do you need to do differently? So when you're looking on that list, and sometimes, again, I always tell you guys this, you're confused not because you don't know what to do, but because you won't do what you know that you need to do to grow. Sometimes you need to look at the list and give yourself a little bit of a gut check, right? To be like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I need to do that. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot that I was supposed to do that, right? So you can do a PCS personally clarity session with you to check in and see what needs to be done differently, right? Now, of course, one of the things that I ultimately love about looking at the process of documenting your process towards progress is because then you can not only use that information to better assess where you need to do more, do less, and do different. You also could use this to be able to create content for those who are looking to follow in your footsteps, right? So I have so many entrepreneurs who would check in with me and say, LaShonda, I would love it if you could teach me or show me how to do dot, dot, dot. And based on those questions and my documentation of my systems and processes, I am able to produce new content, right? So I don't know if you saw, but last week I did the digital content creation challenge, the digital product challenge. Did you participate in that? If you didn't, go back, watch the replays, because that was a really good one. It was actually the one in which I talked about the contest where two awesome ladies won opportunities to either get access to my mastermind or a credit in my store. So that's a good one. But I want you to be able to not only use that documentation again to reflect on what you can do to be better, but to think about how you documenting your process allows you to create some form of information content, book, training, or program that can serve the people that you wish to serve. Okay. Now, last thing that I'm going to say, and this one is especially for those of you who are in my DDIP Daily Domination Implementation Program, right? I would love it if you could go back, right? Looking at DDIP based on where you are right now. Could be that you're on day 20, day 10, day 7, right? Because when you start DDIP, by the way, is my daily implementation program. So for 365 days, every day I'm sharing action items, things that you can do to work on your monetization, marketing, and sales goals too. Again, over at sizzlesense.com, www.sizzlesense.com/DDIP. So if you're actually in that program, I would love for you to share with me at least one day that you said, you know what, this actually, man, this was a really good day. This really resonated with me. This really impacted me. This really helped me. This really allowed me to achieve dot, 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 and see dot, dot, dot results, right? Whether the result be getting some form of clarity or moving forward in some way, making a sale, getting engagement, whatever it was, I want you to think about that. And it's not just simply an opportunity to share that particular DIP day with me, but in the conversation of documentation, it's an opportunity for you to see this is what I need to do more of daily. Right? The things that are working. So those of you who are in the DDIP program, again, identify one a day, at least one day that you found thus far that's really worked for you on some way. Think about doubling down on that activity and also emailing sizzlesense@gmail.com to share that with me. If you're not in DDIP, you can learn more about it over at sizzlesense.com/DDIP. But even if you're not in it, the idea here is that you consistently check in with yourself so you're more self-aware about what you're doing, what you need to do more of, less of, or do differently. Okay, as I've got Maltese here all over me. I see you over there. What you doing over there? She loves to like stick herself behind things and just kind of hang out and hide. So, okay, my dears, I really, really hope that you enjoyed this session for today. Feel free to share it out and let me know what you thought about. How are you going to document your process towards progress? So it could be doing a screen recording, maybe taking pictures or screen captures. It could be that you are walking around and starting to video blog your experiences, something that I'm working on as well at the moment. It could be that you sit down and you make a list of one thing that you say you want to do, and then think about all the different things that you could possibly do to reach that goal, to identify what you're not doing and what you should be doing more, right? So those are just a few things that I wanted to share with you for today. Again, feel free to check in with me, sizzlesense@gmail.com, and let me know if any of these recommendations that I shared today have been helpful to you. Of course, last thing that I will say is that, as you know, I'm trying to do my best to document the process by jumping on these daily sessions with you. If you do have recommendations as far as web classes that you would like to see, me, make sure that you email those to me over at sistersense.com or sistersense@gmail.com, or you can drop them into the comment box here. Alrighty, my dears, till next time, take care.